Good morning, Raptor Freaks. I'm coming in a little early on Easter morning, 4:20 for a Sunday break. I was going to do a Sunday report today, but I decided, you know what? It's 4:20. It's Easter. Let's let Lex have a light-hearted day instead of a crazy Sunday report that I was talking about yesterday. I'll still do that Sunday report. It's just going to be not today. Today, in some ways, I want to make things a little lighter. I just want to chill. I just want to kind of have a good time with you guys on 420 and, talk about the news for the day, for what's happened with the Raptors and the NBA yesterday, and just do the classic card, Instagram stories, stuff like that. And, chill, chill. Yeah, I'm out here. It's 420. So I will partake. Got a good, nice little cannon pre-roll, some sort of sativa. I forget what it is exactly. But happy 420. Happy 420. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that beep that just happened. That's the Discord server. Somebody's messaging in the Discord server. Let me go see who it is. No. Oh, it's Tristan Trey. He's saying, yeah, I posted something about Kyle Kuzma yesterday. I called this. See, listen to me. Milwaukee Bucks, what the fuck are you doing with your team? How the hell are you going to trade 12-year Chris Middleton, a man who helped you get a championship just because he's had some bad games this year, for Kyle Kuzma of the Washington Wizards? And you see this man come out there and have a 22-minute game, the longest anybody's played in the playoffs, and not collect a single stat. He didn't get a rebound. He didn't get an assist. He didn't score nothing. That dude is a waste. Milwaukee, I said this when y'all traded for Kuzma. He's a loser. You don't fucking try, and you get what you get. You shouldn't have traded for him, man. He's a loser. He shouldn't have even started for y'all. Seriously. Of course, the Bucks lost that game, the first game against the Pacers. And some of y'all were saying in the chat yesterday, if the Bucks go out in the first round, Giannis is probably going to demand a trade out of Milwaukee. It's probably true. It's probably true. He's already been making overtures about that the last couple of years. But I could see him really being like that this year. This is straight talk because I'm holding the J today. It's like straight talk with Lex on 420 while he holds the J. Yeah, I'm just saying. I can see that happening. And Acumto saying, I'm out of here, y'all. I've loved being in Buck, but y'all are going nowhere now. And I'm sick of it. I'm not trying to waste my career. But yeah, Kuzma, stupid move. You should have never gotten him in Milwaukee. You were better off with having Chris Middleton around still with his experience and his connection with the team, and messing with him, sending him to Washington. That was mean. That was mean. Marcus Smart deserved that, but not Chris Middleton. He did not deserve that. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a potpourri today. We'll talk about stuff. Yeah, DeMar got in a fight. Oh, yeah, that was interesting. We'll start with Trevor J. Trevor J, good morning to you, Commissioner Fun. Happy 420. Happy Easter to you, sir. I hope you have fantastic Easter plans. Maybe some of y'all have an Easter egg hunt going on. I'm out here smoking a J at 9 in the morning in the forests of Ontario. Maybe I'll make an Easter egg hunt for the squirrels in the yard. I'll hide almonds around the yard for them. Maybe that could be a fun little Easter egg hunt that I do today. That might be what I do, actually. When I get off the stream, maybe I'll do that just for fun. I'll watch them like a proud parent watching their kids run around getting dyed eggs out of the yard. Oh, my squirrels are getting their almonds. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something, right? The squirrels. Anyway, Trevor's saying every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath. Smile and begin again. God woke you up today for a reason. Trust in his plan. His timing is perfect. He will make a way for you today. No faith, no blessings, because you cannot live by bread alone, but believe in God's words. Thank you, Trevor. And especially on a holy day like today. Of course, this is a very important day to Christians. Easter, the rebirth of Christ. It's also a very important day to people like me. Yeah. Cannabis smokers. 420, baby. That's right. Smoke them if you got them. That's right. Happy Easter to y'all today. Happy Easter to you, Trevor. Thank you for the Easter wishes, and happy Easter to the Raptor Freak family. That's right. Trevor J saying that Minnesota beat the Lakers last night. Yeah, I saw that. Luka and LeBron are saying they weren't ready for the physicality. That's classic playoff stuff. You get in your first playoff game against the team in a series and you come soft. Well, you get what you get. I mean, people like Naz Reid will make you figure it out real fast. And I mean, Rudy Gobert is a good defender. Seriously. But yeah, Luka, LeBron, y'all are soft. This may be the whole thing. I don't know if y'all can turn it on to get any kind of edge to be able to beat any team in the playoffs. I'm telling you right now, they're going to get bounced this round by Timberwolves if they're going to play soft like they are right now. And you know what? All of us will be laughing. Even if they try and railroad the Lakers to win, they're going to have a hard time doing it because these guys are not going to play at the same level. It's the difference between being lazy and really trying and wanting to like do stuff. You want to coast all year and be lazy all year. How the hell are you going to turn it on all of a sudden? Just like when the week turns to the playoffs. Like seriously, Lakers. Your body of work is through the whole entire season. This is why the Raptors I feel good about now, because they work really hard no matter what. So they're practicing and playing and working hard. The Lakers don't do this shit. They coast all year. They play like they're leaders. Oh, I'm so talented. I can do this. I'll wait later. You know, that procrastination kind of shit. Well, you get the assignment. You show up to the Timberwolves and you get your ass beat. Yeah. And it was crazy too, because the refs were helping them. They were. The first foul for the Lakers wasn't called till the second quarter. And Chris Finch had an interesting reaction to it. But I'm just saying the rest can help them. They can do everything in the world. But we've learned in this NBA, if the one team works harder and does things right, even if the refs help with free throws, they can beat the ass of that team that the referees and the NBA are trying to script right. And that's what happened last night. The Lakers got embarrassed in game 1 at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves in a blowout. Cheers to you, Anthony Edwards. Cheers to you, Chris Finch. And cheers to you, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and all the rest of the Timberwolves. Yeah, good job. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. We didn't know they were going to come at us with this energy. You dumbasses. You've been in finals, both of y'all. You understand what's up? Come on now. Maybe it's the supporting cast sucks. Yeah, and that's probably true. Lakers ain't got no depth. How the hell are you going to get to the finals? Come on now. Unless Adam Silver makes the refs give them a golden brick road to get there. I don't know. This is a bad first start for the Lakers right here. Very, very bad. It's awesome. Jaden McDaniels went off last night. Okay, it was Jaden McDaniels who went off. I make it very clear which consonant I'm saying in the first name there. And Indiana beat the Bucks. Yeah, Pascal showed why he's an NBA champion, top scorer. Yeah, Pascal carried in the first game of the playoffs yesterday against the Bucks. Once again, talk about this game. Siakam, 25 points, and he shot like 11 for 15 or something like that. And he just had a sublime game. He was a plus 28. And honestly, he was the best pacer on the court. He's the franchise player for the Pacers. I mean, Halliburton's a great shooter and scorer, but he's too flaky to be that night in, night out cornerstone player for the Pacers that's just going to show up and give a certain production. And Siakam is more like that. He's more like that. And you know what? It's great because, listen, I miss him. I wish he was on our team still. I see all these stupid comments by people saying, well, if you had Siakam on our team still, or we had OG on our team still. Yeah, motherfuckers, man. Y'all stop. Seriously, y'all sentimental bitches. They can't let go of our players when their contracts are up and they're on other teams. That's just how the NBA works. And you have a new addition. You can't just hold everybody and hoard them. Player hoarder fans that are idiots that think you can just keep the whole team perpetually forever. You keep them in your hearts. But no, they got to go to play for other teams. And I'm not a hater on Siakam elevating his game further as a superstar, a potential main player, franchise player in Indiana, because this was something I wanted from him on Toronto the last few years. He was on the Raptors. Because I really wanted Siakam to show me that he could be this go-to guy that takes over the game at the end and just is the guy who carries. Now, in some ways, he didn't really do it that way last night. In some ways, Siakam's most effective as a franchise guy is contributing in a team way so that his whole entire team does so well that they just beat the other team so much that it's a blowout. And at the end of the game, it's not close. The game is close, and you got to rely on Siakam to score some points. Sure, he can get you some points, but he may not be the guy who hits that big game winner, like a Gary Trent Jr. on the other side might. So that's the thing. Siakam can carry. Siakam can be the franchise leader, but if the game's close at the end, in some ways, that's where things get a little weird, at least from what I remember when he played for Toronto. But yeah, I love seeing Siakam's success. And yes, that's right, Trevor. This man is a champion. This man was a second banana in the Raptors championship run. He was the Scottie Pippen. And people all too often forget that this dude is a real deal guy. He's been through these wars and he understands this better than a lot of his teammates, honestly. He understands the playoffs way better than most of the Pacers. Yeah. So Siakam, I salute you. I'm gonna light this back up. It went out a little bit. This is for Siakam. Just went out for a second. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. We got G here. G, happy Easter to you. Happy Easter, everyone. Kaz, happy Easter to you, Trucker Kaz. Thanks for joining the WNBA Fantasy League yesterday. And if there's anybody else, there's one more spot open. If you're interested in learning the players of the WNBA in time for our Tempo debut next year here in Toronto Tempo, we got to learn the players because we want to know who they're going to get in the expansion draft when the Toronto Tempo start building their roster. So a good way to learn the WNBA players is to play fantasy, honestly. So I have one more spot left in the Raptor Freak WNBA Fantasy League for the summer. And it's to the next person who wants it, who's like a regular Raptor Freak. So you need to let me know if you're in, yo. Because this spot ain't going to last. And our draft is going to be 2 weeks from today on a Sunday, later on. It'll be in like a half an hour in 2 weeks. 9:45 on a Sunday morning, May the 4th, is the WNBA Fantasy Draft. We'll have it live on this show 2 weeks from today. Yeah. Like the little pauses for me to talk here. Yeah. Let me see. All right. Let's see what else is going on here with you guys in the chat. Good to see everybody so early on an Easter morning here. Okay. Here we go. G saying, did you see the DeMar scuffle? It makes me like him even more. Yeah, I'm with you, G. I'm totally with you on this. I mean, why are people messing with DeMar? This is the thing. I hate how NBA fans, like we've talked about recently, they don't totally respect DeMar correctly. DeMar, as I've said recently, is a career individual phenomenon. He is a great of the NBA. He is. He has the longevity and the proficiency and the numbers over a long career in the NBA that he is ending up very high on the all-time NBA career lists. And in some ways, people need to respect him for that. In some ways, respecting him is let him eat his sushi in peace. Like, who the hell? This guy was big, though. I could tell. This guy was a big dude. He was over 6 foot, the guy who, came up on him. And he's some sort of internet comedian. In some ways, it's about pranks and shit. I don't know. Maybe he's a prank show, or maybe he's just some goofy guy who has just a YouTube channel. Oh, I know about that. And he came up on him real quick from behind, and there's footage of it. It's very interesting. He had very bright light on his camera, and DeMar's just trying to eat or something like that. He goes, and it's funny because you can hear DeMar say this to him. He says, "Don't be coming up on me like that." And I'm like, holy crap. And DeMar got up out of his seat and slapped that phone. He slapped that phone across the room and he came at the guy. I mean, you guys got to understand, man. DeMar DeRozan is a professional NBA player. He is a very nice man. He is a devoted father. He's an amazing person, but he's also from Compton, y'all. So why the fuck would you come up on him and rush him like that? You idiot. Coming up behind him. Seriously, he's a public figure, and public figures are people too. Just because you see him on TV doesn't mean you get the right to just come up to him and mess with him. You need to, when you approach people like this, you need to have tact. You need to think about what the hell they're doing when you come up to them. Like if they're peeing, don't talk to them. If they're eating, don't talk to them. Leave them alone. That's what I'm saying. Like I've approached many NBA players and wrestlers and different people over time, but in the right suitable approach. And also you got to come at them in a way where it's not threatening or a surprise. You got to let them see you and then come up and just say, hey, or something like that. Like the last person I saw was Emmanuel. I saw Emmanuel quickly on the ramp from the Scotiabank Arena to Real Sports. I just said, hey, Emmanuel, if you and Yak had played last night or today, we would have won. And he just nodded at me. It's like, have some class. Why are you coming up? You need, first of all, you need to get his waiver to be on your show. You have to ask him if he wants to be filmed. First of all, if you're trying to film, you can't just bum rush somebody with a camera and film them. It's one thing to even just approach them without the camera and just interrupt him while he's eating his sushi. That's one thing. But you can come at him with a lit up camera at him like you're paparazzi or something like that. What the fuck do you expect that man's gonna get up from his table and slap that phone out of your hand? What do you expect, bro? Seriously. And if anybody's trying to fight him, there was no fight really. They said somebody had to go to the hospital. That sounds like ambulance chasing to me. Because honestly, if DeMar hit you once, I don't think he did. I think from what I saw in the footage, it looks like he slapped the phone out of your hand. He got up and he was wrestling you a little bit, and you fell on the ground. And people separated y'all. And DeMar calmly like left the room, and you were still kind of doing some stupid shit like hold me back, hold me back. Like seriously, bro. Like, what's your deal? If you're an ambulance chaser, if there's gonna be any kind of lawsuit from this bullshit, you brought this whole thing on yourself, bro. So DeMar DeRozan ain't owing you any fucking money, man. Seriously, you're the one who fucking instigated this shit. So why the fuck would seriously? That's my whole case on that, man. But yeah, I have more respect for him too, G, because that man stands on his business. And seriously, man, DeMar's been through so much, man. Why the hell you want to come at him? He's in a bad mood right now anyway, because he just got bounced in the play-in. So you go ahead and put yourself as a steak in a lion's den real quick, bro. You idiot. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's your own damn fault. Seriously. That's your own damn fault right there. Yeah. Trevor's saying the Nuggets beat the Clippers in overtime by 2 points. There was some Russell Westbrook's revenge in this game. Yeah. Russell, this is a personal kind of series for him. In fact, I was wondering where the hell Russell was at the end of the season. This whole thing with Michael Malone getting fired, it's a little fishy too, with Westbrook around, right? But anyway, Westbrook wasn't even playing a whole lot for the Nuggets at the end of the season, but he showed up in the first game of the playoffs and really came out there for Denver and helped them a lot. Honestly, I'm worried about for them because they don't have a whole lot. They're going to need Russell to play at a good level, and he has to play pretty efficient because they don't have a whole lot in this series. In fact, you look at the box score, you're like, how the hell did they end up winning this game? Because honestly, the Clippers had weapons and they had different guys that were doing different things that were very helpful. And, you got to wonder about when playoff Kawhi is just going to say, hey, screw this shit. I'm starting to go Jordan mode. Seriously, because that stuff's going to happen. This first game's a wake-up call. You think Leonard's sitting after this game in overtime losing to Jokic and them is like he's okay with this? He's been sitting on the sidelines hurt, and he's the healthiest he's ever been for the playoffs since the Raptors championship. So, yeah, I could see this. And, Zubac is emerging. That man is the defensive player of the year, that double-double he got yesterday. And they just have more different weapons coming in different ways. Norman, James Harden had a good game yesterday. So it's like the Clippers are very, very dangerous for the Nuggets because they have way more weapons than them. And the Nuggets are going to need Jamal Murray to shoot a good percentage every time, and Russell Westbrook, if they're going to be able to do this. Because Michael Porter Jr., he didn't do shit. And Aaron Gordon, in some ways, they're going to need all those different guys to do different things. But once again, they changed their coach too. So everything's a little chaotic for the Nuggets. They may have won this one, but I don't know, man. I still like the Clippers in the series just because of these kind of issues. I mean, I won't count out the Joker either. I understand that's a big factor. That's a big factor. Yeah. Tristan Trey's got the little ducklings hatching. That's so cute. That's so cute. Did you guys used to dye the eggs and, do all the stuff like get the Easter basket in the morning, with the chocolate Easter bunny and, the all the candy and the different goodies, the Easter stuff. Yeah. I was driving yesterday to the hardware store and in a little small town out here in the green belt of Ontario, there's just somebody sitting on the side of the road wearing an Easter bunny costume. It's crazy, man. And his whole yard was like decked out. It may have been a woman. I have no idea. It was a person. Let's just say that. And they were in a costume. Although I could just say it was the Easter bunny. But anyway, they had the whole yard decked out in all this Easter decorations. And they were sitting in a lawn chair next to the road. And people were pulling up next to him, or them, and taking pictures with the Easter bunny. They had a sign out and they're saying pictures with Easter bunny, and kids were getting out of the trucks and taking pictures of the Easter bunnies. This is like a small town perk. Easter bunny is sitting on the side of the road for pictures. It's not at the mall. No, it's not at the mall near the escalators. No, it is on the side of the road. You can go get just a picture taken with the Easter bunny. When I drove by the Easter Bunny, I waved, and the Easter Bunny waved back to me. So I felt pretty good about that. It was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Kaz is saying tomorrow would fuck that guy right up. Yeah, for real. For real, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, DeMar's 6'7", right? That guy looked like he was maybe my height, maybe a little shorter. He may have been like around 6 foot. But yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Why are you doing this, man? Why are you being a clown? Why you got to mess with this guy on his own time? Come on now. Tristan saying Kuzma out here breaking records. I know. Kyle Kuzma, he's a winner. Why would you do this? He was on the right team for where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be on the Wizards, y'all. Don't you understand that? He's supposed to be on the Wizards because he is like a wizard. He's the wizard. He's like the epitome of a wizard because he can do something like that. Play 22 minutes of cardio in the playoffs. I mean, you think this is the thing. Kyle Kuzma, you would think you were starving to play in the playoffs again. Like, seriously, you would think you've been spending years like, oh, I can't wait when I get back in the playoffs. Oh, man, it's over, guys. I can score like a crazy man. I'll do like what I do in Powder League in Utah when I played Scotty. I'm going to put 50 on them because I'm so anxious to get back in the playoffs. Yeah, you'd think he'd have that energy. No. Nope. Man, that guy didn't care. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Kyle Kuzma, man. Maybe he's just worried about his fashion. Maybe he's just worried about making weird political stances that are absolutely asinine and stupid. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, Kaz saying nice cannon. Yeah, it's not bad. It keeps going out though, and it's a little bit cold out here. I'm not gonna lie. I found that these things get too resiny and they get clogged. It's weird. It's like a pre-roll. So let's see. Tristan's laughing. Kuzma is a clown. That's right. Kaz saying my wife spoiled my son with too much chocolate this morning. Yeah, in some ways, this is like Halloween where you gotta kind of like met out the chocolate or sweets in a way like a hospital patient gets their pain relief. Like just hit the button every hour or so. You don't want to get the chocolate overload and go crazy. Whoa, run around the yard all crazy. Yeah, you gotta, med it out, portion it. Yeah, portion it. Yeah, Mischief saying, I'm gonna smoke one with you, Lex, right now. There you go, Mischief. Here, cheers, bro. Cheers, bro. Happy 420 to my good friend, the bass man. That man could throw down a funky bass. I'm telling you, man, I saw it. I saw it in real life. Jay is a bass man, and that man, he's so good, man. I'm telling you right now, he is. James is saying, is that Jongi that I'm smoking, Lex? No, it's not. It's a pre-roll. I'm not totally sure what it is right now. It's just something I got at the store. I said, oh, give me some sativa pre-roll. And they just hand them to me, and I don't even read the label. I just open them up and smoke them. So let's see. Tristan saying, Gene Guy. Yeah, Gene Guy. Yeah, Gene Guy. That's a good one. If you like a mild sativa that's not very expensive, it's a good one, man. And you smoke a lot, James is saying, is Dame Lillard coming back for game 2? That's what I'm hearing. That that will be helpful to Milwaukee for sure. But man, wow. The other thing is like usually Brooke Lopez steps up and does some good things for them too, but nothing. They got two. Oh man, that crow was loud, bro. Whoa. The crow went. Ah! All right. But what I was saying, Brooke Lopez usually steps up and helps Giannis, but he didn't do that yesterday. And Taurean Prince, man, what is this guy? Like this dude is another one like Kuzma, where he shows up and he just disappears in big games. He's done this in other years too. Kush and OJ, Kush and OJ, or orange juice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's Evelyn, y'all. Granny swag. Good morning, Evelyn. Happy Easter to you also. I love your lovely flowers, Granny Evelyn. Thank you for coming in and saying hi to us on Easter this morning. I love you, Evelyn, and I hope that 2025 has been going good for you so far, and I look forward to seeing you or talking to you again very soon. Yeah, it's just going to say 2 or 3, apparently, James. 2 or 3. Yeah, I hear that. It's like Lillard will either be back game 2 or game 3, something like that. Yeah, and that's good. They're going to need him. He may not come back in time, though. Hopefully the Pacers just kick their ass. If they get both the first 2 games in Indy and then steal one in Milwaukee, game over, baby. Game over on that series. Totally. Tristan saying hi to Granny Swag. I love that. Let's see. I got to scroll it up. Oh, man. I always lose the spot. Pascal finally getting some respect over there from American media. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. He's going to have a body of work over his career that's going to look really, really good if he can win another championship on another team. Hopefully, it is the Pacers. I would love to see the Pacers get their first NBA championship. Of course, they're ABA champions in the past, but they've never won an NBA championship. And if Siakam brought an NBA championship to the city of Indianapolis, he'd be getting up there because he's got two championships then. You know what I'm saying? And two different teams. And that's the kind of company. And especially because he's a primary player. He was the second most important player in the Raptors championship, in my opinion. Some people would say it's Kyle Lowry. Some people say it's Marc Gasol, different things like that. But I think it was Siakam, mainly because of the stats and just how much he had to carry around Kawhi. Tristan saying they're afraid to admit Toronto guys carried the Pacers and also the Knicks. Yeah, so OG had a good game too. Yeah, I was hoping that the Knicks would lose to the Pistons. It seemed like the Pistons were winning late in the game, but then the Knicks came back and kind of took over and won the game at the end. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But OG had a good game, which is I like to see. And so, yeah, our former Raptors are excelling. Davion Mitchell, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Yeah, they're excelling. Even Gary had a pretty good game off the bench for Milwaukee, even though they lost. So let's see. Yeah, the Bucks shot so bad from three, though, overall. That was a really big problem for them against the Pacers yesterday. Nako's hitting from the bong. There you go, Gerald. Joe's going to head downtown later today. He's going to see Denzel Curry tonight, y'all. Denzel Curry playing at History today down at in downtown Toronto. Pretty cool show, man. I would love to see Denzel Curry. I don't know if I'm going to make it downtown, Jerry, though. Unfortunately, I think I might be doing a little almond Easter egg hunt out here with the squirrels. Maybe watching some Breaking Bad. Yeah, this thing's definitely clogging. Kaz is saying, thanks for the invite to the WNBA League, Lex. I'll set my lineups and do my best. You were fantastic in this the NBA League this year. So, and you got second. So, yeah, you should be in there, man. And you were a very active manager. So I totally trust that you will do exactly what you're saying right there. Stargate saying, good morning, Raptor Freak family. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, the man who beat the machine, Mr. Stargate. I love you, man. And I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Happy 420 to you, my guy. How about that? Trevor J saying happy birthday to Oshai today. That's right. You jumped the gun a little bit. We're going to do our Raptor birthdays, but it is Oshai Abaji's birthday today, guys. Happy birthday to Oshai. He's 25 today, guys. And it's also Lamont Murray, former Raptor Lamont Murray's birthday. He is 52 today. So happy 52nd birthday to Lamont Murray, cousin of Tracy Murray. And also Oshai Abaji. Yeah, we love Abaji, man. Abaji's awesome, man. Let's see. Randolph's here. Good to see Randolph Phillips. Happy Easter to our beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative gang. Let us celebrate the Savior of the world and his love for humanity and finished work. Love. There you go. I love that. Not even really words of wisdom from Randolph today, but just a proclamation. Let us celebrate the Savior of the world and his love for humanity and finished work. I love that. Yesterday was a very powerful day in the United States. There were a lot of people out mobilized in the streets to protest the oligarchy and the dictatorship that Donald Trump is trying to build in the United States. It's really, really, really nice and comforting to see that a lot of people care about this and they're doing something about it. And that is the act and the work of the Lord right there. The goodness and people comes out and they come together as community in love and peace to change the world for the right and the just. And, I'm also very proud of the people up here who went to the ballot box already this weekend in early voting for our federal election. And apparently there's been some record turnout on the first day of voting on Friday. I was one of those 2 million that voted. And well, there's people who can vote today. The polls are still open, y'all. They're open today and tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. You're off. It's statutory holidays. So there's no excuse. Everybody that's Canadian needs to go and vote today or tomorrow. Just go at your leisure. It's easy. It doesn't take that long. The pollsters are there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. today and tomorrow. So just do it. Just do it. Just vote, man. Seriously, the more people vote, the better because it's more representative of the people. And that's what we want, right? That's what we want right there. Yeah, thank you, Randolph, for the words of wisdom, the blessings, and blessings to you, the Phillips family, and all the Raptor Freak families out there. That's right. Yeah. Nako saying Clippers defense over Nuggets defense. Nuggets probably a better offensive force. Nuggets in 6. That's an interesting prediction, Gerald. I don't want to get behind it because I do want to see the Clippers beat the Nuggets. I do. I do want to see if Kawhi's healthy, we've got to see how far he can go again. And that's the thing. Kawhi is the healthiest he's been at this point in the season since he was a Raptor. So in some ways, we need to see how far they can go with him while he's like this. And I'm sorry, I'm not a hater like y'all for Kawhi just because he went to LA. That was his choice and it was a fuck up. But in some ways, he still got us a championship. I honor him for that. And in some ways, I can let go that he's a knucklehead and he made a bad choice. I'm not going to hold a grudge against him for that because in some ways he hasn't dissed us. He's never been negative towards our team or our country. He doesn't say anything. In some ways, I respect that. I do. So I'm behind, and plus I love Norman. So of course I'm going to root for the Clippers over the Nuggets right now. Sorry, Kitchener kid, you got a chip, bro, and I'll root for you when you wear the red and white. How about that? How about that? Yeah. Pacers in 4 and Wolves in 5. I like both of those. I think that, like we said, if Lillard doesn't come back in time fast enough, a sweep with the Pacers, that'll be tough in Milwaukee, though. Once they switch venues, there's going to be some games that Giannis is going to win. I may say Pacers in 5, maybe, and Wolves in 5. That's awesome. That could be possible. I could see that. Although, let's see if the script writing and the holding down of the Timberwolves happens more as this season progresses, this series progresses. The Lakers may get more and more equalized with them, partly through manipulation. We know that. Let's see. Nako's saying, what's the worst? What's the worst is when the resin overflows out of the filter and gets on your fingers and your mouth. Real talk on 420. That's right, Jerry. That's right, man. Now, I think what's happening is that there's a lot of resin getting in the part where there's still a lot of weed. It's like drizzling into it, and it's forming like a blockage, so that can't draw. It's very interesting. So what you do is, I found in real tips from a guy who knows. What I found is in these situations, you should take the joint and kind of just lightly roll your fingers around it to loosen things up a little bit inside. And that can often alleviate the issue that you're having with your jaw. So let's see if that worked for me. See, there's even a little resin ring around it right there. You can see it. It's not a crack. It's a resin ring. Yeah, that did the trick. That did the trick. That's right. Let's see. Stargate saying Lakers lost. Yeah. Yeah, they even helped them too, which is awesome. Trevor saying Toronto is the top 15 richest city in the world by world ranking. Okay. I mean, you have to be rich to live there. That's for sure. You have to be very rich to live in Toronto. It's a city that's not affordable anymore. Stargate saying they're going to regret trading Chris Middleton. Yes. I mean, seriously, what was Kyle Kuzma doing yesterday? It's just, if you're going to do that, just go down the track, bro. Seriously. Like, seriously, this is the epitome of a cardio merchant. What he did yesterday. I mean, the evidence is in the box score. That man was a cardio merchant. That is the epitome of a cardio merchant. Mm-hmm. That's right. James is saying Giannis is probably going to ask out if they lose in the first round. Yep, that's what we were saying yesterday. He's already made overtures and he's threatened the front office in certain ways. Like, if this doesn't happen, the ball boys need to be better. If they're not up to my level, then I want them out. He's been like that. He's been a little bit like that in the last couple of years. I'm telling you. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Easter blessings for all who celebrate. Happy 420 Buzz Day to all who celebrate that. Thank you, Cool Cat. I love you, Coach. And I hope you have a fantastic Easter. Happy Easter to you, and happy 420 also. Yeah, Common Crazy saying no swearing Sunday. Thank you, Common Crazy. I already swore though. I'm sorry. DeMar got in a fight. I had to swear a little bit, DeMar got in a fight. I had to swear a little bit, Common Crazy. Please forgive me. Please, please, please. Church saying I missed one of your comments. Okay, which one was it? Let me see which one it is. We'll go back. No. Oh, New York won the first game, and the fans celebrate outside like they won the championship last night. Well, that's New York, right? They're going to do that, right? Yeah, they're just happy. I mean, seriously, they did this before. You know that. The last couple of years when the Knicks have gotten into the playoffs and actually won playoff games, they over celebrate and they really do act like this. It's crazy. I mean, I want Dennis to beat their ass just to stop that action. But it's funny. They do that. They do that. You're exactly right, Trevor. Sorry for missing your comment there. Detroit in 6. Man, I want that. I really hope that the strength and the size and the depth of the Pistons can beat the depth of the Knicks. The Knicks may have a more talented starting 5, but I think the Pistons are a deeper team. And I'm hoping that is the thing that'll come out in the end because Thibodeau overplays his players. And at some point, people like Josh Hart and them being out there is going to hurt them more than it's going to help them, is what I'm saying right there. Yeah. I have the Pacers win the series 4-2. Yeah. So in game 6, see, I think they could beat them in 5. So I'll give them even closer. I think Milwaukee having Kyle Kuzma is really bad. It's really, really bad. And they didn't even realize this. Like, what were you thinking, Milwaukee? Why would you put him on that team with Giannis? You really don't want an Antetokounmpo on your team anymore. Seriously. Because Kyle Kuzma's like that, man. He's a negative on your team. That's why he was on Washington. You should have just left him there. Washington was smart. That's why it's saying Washington's doing a better job because they are actually able to trade Kyle Kuzma this season. Seriously, it's crazy. Crazy. G saying it looks like he put him in a pretzel, to be honest. He did go into an ambulance, but yeah, you know what? That guy, if he tries a lawsuit or anything like that on DeMar, that's some BS. I'm going to tell you right now because he initiated that whole situation. He did. Cool Cat saying, I'm happy to see our former Raptors in playoff series. Siakam, PG. Why am I not blank? Why am I blanking on PG? Norm did well. Fred VanVleet today. You mean OG? That was supposed to be an O. That's why. Original bench mob making us proud. Yeah, Fred will be on late tonight. He gets the last game of the first round because he's playing Steph and the Warriors. And I really hope that they kick their ass right away today at 1:00. Thunder and Grizzlies. That's an amazing matchup. And of course, you got the Magic and the Celtics, and then you got the other one, Miami and Cleveland, in the evening also today. So you have some good games. I should go look at the refs real quick and just like go over the refs for the playoff games today and kind of see what I'm seeing. So like for Miami and Cleveland, they got David Guthrie, Courtney Kirkland, Eric Dalen, which is a pretty fair team. Courtney Kirkland is kind of a butthead. We know that. But I don't know the splits. I could go do the ref report for these games, but I kind of don't want to do the work. Orlando at Boston has Zach Zarba, Mitchell Irvin, and Jason Goebel, which is a pretty fair crew also. Zach Zarba is fantastic. Memphis, Oklahoma City is going to be Tony Brothers, Nick Booker, and JB DeRosa. So Tony Brothers is going to be the sheriff in town in Oklahoma City for that matchup with Ja and SGA. And then later tonight for Freddie's game against Steph, it's going to be James Capers Jr., Ben Taylor, and Giannis Petraeus. So Ben Taylor's reffing Fred tonight, guys, just so y'all know. Ben Taylor and Fred tonight, y'all. That's must-see TV. All right now. Fred, oh my gosh, Fred, oh my gosh. I know he woke up this morning. And Freddie looked at the refs and he's like, oh, man, what the? You know he did. You know he did. Fred's like, no, man. What? Ben Taylor? What? He's reffing? No. If I was Fred, I'd be like that too, man. Yeah, if I was Fred, I'd be like that too right now, man. Yeah, let's see. What are y'all saying? Y'all put in a bunch. You filled in a bunch of comments just now, man. Let's see. Nako's saying it's not happening. I want Detroit or Pacers out of the East. There you go. I love either one of those, but it's more likely that it may be the Cavaliers or the Celtics. But we'll see. We'll see. Those are the two teams I would love to see out. Same as you. Trevor's saying Lakers going to win only one game in the series. They might win the next one. But if Minnesota can come back to Minnesota and hold home court, yeah, that'll be series over right there. 3-1 on that. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. Smooth's here. Good to see Reggie. Pacers in 7, Knicks in 4. Okay, Pacers in 7? You think it'll take them that long? And you think the Knicks are going to sweep the Pistons? I don't know about that. We'll see. So I guess I didn't watch that Laker game. Were the refs helping them for real? Well, somebody said that the refs did not call a single foul on the Lakers until the second quarter. And Chris Finch had a big like reaction to it. He's like, "Oh, now you call a foul on the Lakers." So there was some help with not calling fouls for them early, which is basically like you don't get them in foul trouble. You know, it was interesting. Marc Gasol talked about this. Stargate, you were watching it with me about in the Philadelphia series with Embiid. The refs, Mark clearly talked about this on the Out of the Mud podcast with Zach Randolph, that the referees, like the NBA, saw how much he was covering Embiid and killing him and not allowing him to do anything. That Mark said that in one of the games in the series when Toronto was playing Philly, they threw Mark in the handcuffs with the fouls. He blatantly said it in the interview, said, "Yeah, the refs gave me 2 quick fouls early in the game to get me out so that Embiid could play better and be like able to maneuver." And that was one of the games they won. And Embiid actually had a good game. Like that, he was talking about it on the podcast in his own words. I'm like, yeah, we see this as the fans too. It's like, throw 2 fouls on Fred VanVleet all of a sudden, and boom, it'll change the game for the Rockets tonight. Seriously, Ben Taylor is calling any fouls on Fred in the first 2 minutes of the game. You'll know that shit is fucking manipulation right there. Oh, I'm sorry, call me crazy. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah. Let's see what else y'all are saying here. It's a good little playoff talk here. And you guys, did you see that Jacoby Walter cut his hair, y'all? Let's do the Instagram stories real quick here. All right, first of all, Scotty's got pictures of mountains in Thailand. Man, this dude is up in the sky flying around in Thailand, and it looks so idyllic, man. It looks like a video game, honestly. It looks like the land of Final Fantasy 11 or something. Like Scotty's out there on the airship going to Juneau right now, man. This dude's like Final Fantasy 11 out there, man. He's like, he's gonna go buy a master sword from a Galka or something like that. This is what Scotty's doing right now. He's on an airship to Juneau, and yeah, it's beautiful, man. The clouds are so white and fluffy, and the archipelagos are nice and green and in the water. Yeah, it's just beautiful, man. Where these guys are right now is really amazing. Of course, Lloyd has got an elephant on his Instagram 5 hours ago. It looks like they may be going on elephant rides, I guess. I don't know what's going on there. Jonathan is showing, man, I don't know why he's showing this junkyard here, but there he's like a nice vista out into the horizon with mountains and green, lush mountains. Thailand. Okay, here it is. Jacoby Walter has chopped his dreads off as of yesterday. And he's saying it's a new era, and he's got his hair cut short. So rookie Jacoby is going to be special because it's going to be that look that he had last year is going to be remembered as that's his rookie year. That was rookie Jacoby. Because if he's coming back with no hair on his head like he looks like now, we'll have to see how he grows it this summer. But man, he cut it real short, y'all. I posted a picture of it in both the Facebook group and the Facebook chat and the Discord. So you can see what Jacoby's looking like now. It's crazy. And I think he's like, oh crap, I leaked it. Oh, I leaked my cut. Oh, my fault. Yeah, I don't know if that's your fault. You just announced it. There's nothing wrong with that. It seems like the Toronto Tempo were heavily involved in the soccer game yesterday for the new women's soccer team here in Toronto at BMO Field. We had people singing the anthem in Tempo jerseys. And the Tempo team was down there. Teresa Resch and a lot of the front office were down there involved in the anthem singing, which is pretty cool to see all the ladies down there and promoting the Tempo and the WNBA. Very, very cool. And there's a triad of the women's teams there, the Scepters, the new Toronto soccer team, and the Tempo. Yeah, Toronto watches women's sports. I love that. That's such cool stuff. Let's see. SGA's got Lou Dort on blast because it was his birthday yesterday. I'm wondered, should I add the Canadian guys on the birthday list? I only do Raptors, but it felt wrong yesterday that I wasn't saying happy birthday to Lou Getz. Like maybe I should add some of the Canadians that we celebrate on Team Canada to the birthday spreadsheet. So that'll be a little bit of work, but I think I could probably do it. And I don't want to miss out on birthdays like Lou Getz Dort, which it was his birthday yesterday, and SGA put him on blast. Kelly Olynyk getting birthday wishes from all over the place for his birthday yesterday also, including Jack Armstrong. Jack Armstrong putting that on blast. There's Kelly with his wife. Such a cute couple. Such a cute couple. Let's see what else is going on. Jamal Shed was at a kid's birthday party yesterday. And this guy was like really getting the wind up for blowing his candles out. Really, really took a while. And he was like, Jamal's like, bro, man, now there's a real pizza party for all those pizza party enthusiasts. Now it's Darko dinner, but this is a kid's pizza party that Jamal Shed's at. All right, just so y'all know. Let's see. Toronto Tempo is still hyping up Go Vote, and they're also saying good luck to AFC Toronto on their new endeavors as a new team. There they are walking out to the field. They made their first goal. It was history made down at BMO Field yesterday with the first ever AFC Toronto game going down. That's right. Very, very cool stuff. Of course, Savannah Hamilton celebrating that, and also celebrating her friend Ashley Docking being the sideline reporter for the AFC Toronto. Very, very cool stuff. All right, there's the predictions by the Sportsnet guys. All right, here are the predictions for the playoffs. Michael Grange is saying that the Cleveland Cavaliers will lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals, and SGA will win the finals MVP. That's a great one. I'm with Grange on this. I don't always have to go against Grange. On this one, I'm with Grange. Now, Matt Bonner is saying the same thing, that the Thunder will beat the Cavs in the finals, and that will be the finals prediction for him. Eric Smith, though, is saying that he thinks that the Celtics will beat the Thunder in the finals, and Jaylen Brown will be the finals MVP once again. Savannah Hamilton is picking Thunder over Cavs. Other guys picking Thunder over Celtics. And then there's this one guy on this list. I don't even know who this guy is. They should take his professional credentials revoked from being a Sportsnet kind of expert. He shouldn't be on this list if he's making horrible choices like this. This dude thinks that the finals will be the Lakers and the Bucks, and that Luka and the Lakers will win, and Luka will be the MVP. This dude's picking the Bucks to go to the finals in the East against the Lakers in the West. Bro, Gamage or whatever, who the hell you are, man, you need your card revoked. I'm sorry. You just do. You just do. All right, let's see. Is that it? Oh, Leo Routon says his words of wisdom just dropped 11 minutes ago. A true friend is someone who thinks you're a good egg, even if you're cracked. There you go. Words of wisdom from Leo Routons to end up the Instagram stories. Yeah, Jacoby chopped his hair like heavy. It's like real tight and close right now, man. It's real close. And it's pretty cool. It looks good. I'm wondering how he'll be next year because of that. Like, this is going to be a real definite change between rookie year Jacoby hair and post rookie year Jacoby cut real close like that. You know, it's going to be interesting. We'll have to see the change. That's right. Let's see. Where was I in the comments? Let's see. I think I'm right here with let's see. That's a good matchup. Yeah, Thunder in 5. Yeah, Thunder in 5 over Grizzlies. Yeah, I could get behind that. Smooth saying if the Timberwolves win 2, they will win in 5. If they win the second game in LA, yeah, they'll probably win it. Yeah, they may lose the next game in LA, but win the next 2 in Minnesota and then come back and beat LA in LA again. We'll have to see. Reggie saying, honestly, the way Minnesota won the game, I didn't expect that. This is the thing. It's a physical thing. It's a defensive thing. They've got Rudy Gobert. And Rudy Gobert is one of the best defensive players in the league, even if he's a goof and he kind of acts like a fool and he's like not really a good offensive player, but he's still a really like defining defensive player. And I'm just saying they're a more complete team. They're bigger. They have more different role players. It's LeBron and Luka are playing on an old model that like used to work in like the late 2000s. You can't have a team like that with the Lakers have and expect to win in the playoffs at this point. You got to have all the other components like size, defense. You can't just have 2 talented superstars until you go win. That formula doesn't work anymore. And that's part of the reason why all these casuals are idiots who are always saying we need to trade for this person, because that shit don't work no more. Superstar building, super teams, that shit is over. And even if they have those 2 guys and they're super, super good, that doesn't mean they're going to win because they don't have no team around them. And the Minnesota Timberwolves have a real team around them that has different role players and different guys doing different things, doing dirty work. Who's doing dirty work on the Lakers? They don't even have Davis anymore. And they didn't even, when they had Davis, that guy was doing the Gobert stuff. Well, they don't have him no more. Who's doing that now? Yeah, Lakers ain't going nowhere, man. That's all like, that's the sizzle. That's not steak. That's sizzle that's going on in LA. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. Smooth saying, I still say Denver in 7. We'll have to see. Mischief saying Clint Eastwood had a kid at a 56-year-old Raptors are going to shoot like him next season in duck season. Clint Eastwood had a kid at 56 years old. Yeah, I mean, I know that. I think that Robert De Niro had a kid like a couple of years ago, and he's like 80. Like, yeah, people have kids late in their life. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. Financially, for me, it's not a good idea. Let's see. Cool Cat saying, hopefully Fred VanVleet and Ben Taylor made up over a beer. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think he's still been having problems. I mean, Fred still had problems with refs. I mean, he went around calling them all bitches a couple this year, right? At one point, he was like, "You're a bitch, you're a bitch, you bitch." Let's see. James is saying the Lakers need to target some centers this offseason. I don't know if they have cap space. They want Orlando Robinson. Let's see. Trevor's saying, Smooth, what did you think of pay-per-view yesterday? Happy for Jey Uso for Captain Championship. I have no idea what happened at WrestleMania. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care, guys. Maybe Smooth will show me a clip on Monday, and I'll see a little bit of that. Kaz saying, refs tried to script the Lakers to win. Maybe early, but it didn't work. It didn't work because the blowout happened the other way. You can try and help a team, but if they're not going to try, that just shows how bad they are. Like, seriously, the refs are even going to try and help y'all, and y'all are going to still get blown out. It's crazy. James is saying LeBron should sign team-friendly deal and go back to Cleveland next year. I think the Cleveland people would like that. But what about Bronny? Come on. He has to babysit his son in L.A. if he's going to be there, right? That's important, right? Smooth saying, I love the main event of the show. That made up for the night. Yeah, Jay winning using Gunther's move. That was wild. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll save this wrestling stuff for Monday. And, I don't know what's going on. Kaz saying, Jacoby looking like a dog. Fresh cut. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy, the cut he's got. It's very drastic. Smooth saying, hoping night 2 is good from start to finish. Yeah, WrestleMania is continuing tonight on 420 and Easter. Stargate saying, did Jacoby's girlfriend tell him to cut his hair or something? No, you know what it is, man. It's kind of like with Scott, right? Scott has a look that he had when he was a rookie. It's kind of like it shows that how far you come. You want to change. Like in some ways, it's signifying that he doesn't want to be classified a rookie anymore. He's not a rookie anymore. He has 1 year under his belt. So rookie Jacoby will look different than non-rookie Jacoby. And one of the things Scotty did was he fixed his teeth right after his rookie year. And he did a couple other things aesthetically to his appearance that changed how he physically looked. And in some ways, that's kind of how, sometimes NBA players will have different years with different hairstyles, Jimmy Butler. And, it's kind of that way they can, if they see themselves in pictures, they can be like, oh, yeah, that year I remember I was having that goggles. I had to wear the goggles because Jokic hit me in the eyeball. And, it's stuff like that, So I think Jacoby's just ready to move forward to the next year already, just a week after the season's over. And he shaved his head or cut his hair because it signifies he's no longer a rookie anymore and that he's in his next mindset of what's coming next for his second year in the NBA. That's what I think it is right there, guys. That's what I think it is right there. Smooth saying, I got ripped on Raptors Twitter for a thing that trading Mitchell was good for the Raptors rebuild. Yeah, once again, this is a phenomena with childish Raptors Nation people that they just think we can hoard all our players and keep everyone all the time. No, management means managing the spots, and you can't just have all these spots open for everybody that you like. Youngsters, y'all are fools. You can't just hoard players. We don't get a 30-man roster just because I love this guy and he should stay here. Davion Mitchell switched out. It was because in some ways, like I've said, Jamal Shed came along fast and we didn't need Mitchell anymore. And in some ways, Mitchell is going to get a different payday this summer than what Jamal Shed's going to make on a rookie contract next year. So that's management. Casuals that are whining and crying about Davion Mitchell not being on the Raptors anymore at this point. Let Bobby do his job because he knows how to do it way better than y'all. And if y'all were doing that job, y'all be fucking up all over the place. Sorry, call me crazy. But yeah, it's just that's what I have to say about that. And seriously, Smooth, like I said yesterday, man, don't go in there and engage with them. Seriously. If you read a comment or something like that, just kind of like be like, all right, you've said what you have to say. I'll let you just be in your world of ignorance. In some ways, we can't go correct everybody. In some ways, it's important to kind of talk to the people that are kind of like Panser or Raptors Digest or Luca or, Warwick Report, because they have some influence in Raptors Nation. But trolls and people that are just in comments, just random singular people, I don't even engage with them, especially if they're asinine, and I can see it right away because it's just a waste of time. You won't get anywhere with that. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, they called your take absurd. Well, they're idiots. They're idiots, man. They're idiots. I mean, we have to do what we have to do. And that Davion thing was very smart. Honestly, we got high value out of the months that we had him. We really did. We got high value. In some ways, Dennis was similar thing in the year before, right? Dennis came in for a half year too, the year before. And in some ways, he was a mentor to Grady on the down low in Grady's first 6 months of being in the NBA. And it was really helpful. There is a bond between Grady Dick and Dennis to a degree. So it's like, people don't have to understand all the inner workings of an NBA team and why they do what they do. They really don't. But they should be not getting all foolish and weird. Part of it is they see things happen on other teams where they do good jobs and they visualize it as happening on the Raptors. And they're like, why didn't it happen on the Raptors? It's very low level thinking, honestly. It's like, well, we're not in the playoffs. They're not on our team anymore. Just because you see a player go past us and go somewhere else and get success doesn't mean, automatically you got to accrue it in your head that, they should have been doing this on our team. It's so stupid. It's so crazy, man. Tristan say I could see that. Yeah, it's on the Discord. You want to read my reasoning? No, I understand your reasoning. We talked about it a bit yesterday. Like Davion was not necessary because of Jamal. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He's a mentor to Jacoby right away as a Baylor guy with the ties and making him orientated to the team in the NBA in a really nice, comfortable way. And he trained our guys on defensive stuff. And, he did a good job. IQ was hurt and he got to start a bunch of games for us. I mean, he got his value up. It's not like we used Davion and he got nothing from it. He got exactly what he wanted. He got to go to a team he wanted to go to, and he got playing time, and he got to showcase his talent in a way that he never got to in Sacramento on the Raptors at the beginning of the season. So I don't know, man. It all worked out for everybody. I mean, seriously, it's just what it is. These people just want to keep everybody. They're crazy. Not going saying Thunder beat the Cavs in 5. That's what you think is the finals. So you think the Thunder will beat the Cavs in 5. There you go. Well, you're online with a lot of the Sportsnet people. They're saying the same thing. Yeah, what a weirdo. What a weirdo. Yeah, what a weirdo. Stargate saying, man, if the Wolves win the next game, the league will have a conniption. ESPN may file for bankruptcy. That'd be funny. You'll see them kind of get all crazy because their golden gooses are out very early in the playoffs. They don't get anywhere. I mean, this has been the pattern, right? With LeBron and the Lakers, that there's always an early playoff disappointment just because there's no juice. There's no playoff juice. It's like LeBron don't bring it himself anymore. He has to rely on his other teammates, and they just don't know what they're doing. They just don't know what they're doing, man. Seriously. Nako saying trading Davion is fine. We could have and should have got a first for him. We got Brandon Ingram. Oh, no, that was the deal. I don't know why they did that exactly the way they did it, but Nako, trust in Bobby. That's all I got to say about this. They balance everything out in the right way. So Smooth saying De Niro was 80 when his girlfriend had their child. She was 30. Yeah. He was 80. He had a kid when he was 80. Yeah. Smooth saying you have to stop engaging with the tiny buffers. Yeah, I agree with that. Bryce is here. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. I came across Charlie Villanueva on 2K and completely didn't know he was a Raptor. Dude dropped 48 in a rookie game on 2K. He's really good, but I don't remember seeing him play much. You were playing against Charlie V on 2K yesterday, Bryce? I'm going to give you a couple dunks for that. Charlie V was a rookie on our team, Bryce. He only played for us for 1 year. And I loved him, man. I really did like him when we had him. And I was sad that we traded him so quickly in his career with us, like in that summer. It was really sucked, honestly. But yeah, he had a little grudge with us because of that for a little while. And he was a Raptor killer for games after that in his career, where he'd come back and get big scores on us with the Bucks and the Pistons and teams like that. But yeah, I miss Charlie V. And you know what? The thing he said this year was really touching. He said he never wanted to leave Toronto. He was very hurt by us trading him after his rookie year. And, he has nothing but love for Toronto. And remember, he stood up for us when Thad Young said something stupid this season. So yeah, Charlie V's awesome, man. And that's cool that you were playing video games with him, man. Definitely honor him and treat him like a top kind of Raptors player legend, because in some ways he had a really cool career. He wasn't bad. Some ways he's underrated. He didn't have a very long career, but he had a prolific career while he was playing. He was a good scorer, and he was one of the higher scoring rookies the year he played for the Raptors. So he was fun, man. I liked him. He had a cool personality, but I don't know why they traded him like after one season of being a Raptor after his rookie year. It was kind of weird, man. All right, let's see. Let's wrap things up. We're at an hour. We got to go ahead and finish stuff. So let's go ahead and do the classic card. I'm gonna put this down. Let's get that card out. Let's see if y'all can see out here, man. Oh, this is cool. This is awesome. This is so awesome, guys. All right. This is a little bit difficult. Like, this is a weird classic card because it's difficult because we're outside and the light is bad. And the card is a weird card. Like, that's the sun behind me, the morning sun coming up. So let's see if y'all can see it. Oh, maybe that's too easy. Like, I can kind of tell who it is. All right. First name, last name, full name. Who is the classic card on this Easter 420 today? Dylan Brooks. That's a funny guess, Gerald. That is really funny. That is not Dylan Brooks. Slug Deezy sees it. It is Jonas Valanciunas, man, from a really high angle, weird place on the Pelicans. Wow. I love it. Slug Deezy got it just before Stargate on my screen. Yeah, it was a weird card. I was like, they should know who it is, but it's a really weird angle. Like, I love it. It's kind of cool. I love that y'all can recognize we got a Raptor today, too. I feel like that's really special. We got Jonas, and it's going to be Slug Deezy getting it. I'm going to give you a special. You know what? We're going to be really funny here because it's Easter, and it's Jonas, and it's also 420. We're going to give you 420 for the points today. That's right, Slug Deezy. You're getting 420 points for Jonas Valanciunas on Easter Sunday. There you go. There you go. 420, baby. There you go. I love it. I love it. Here you go. There you go. That's a big bonus day right there. That's the big spot, the Jeopardy board. That's right. All right, let's see. What else do I got to do real quick? I'm gonna guess I'll just review, and that's it. What's going on Blue Sky? Yeah, I can't wait to see SGA take the court today. Let's go Thunder and beat the Grizzlies today. I will be rooting for the Thunder today. Yeah, we don't need to talk about any of that. Yeah, that's hilarious. DeMar DeRozan, you are awesome. Thanks for keeping it real, man. Happy birthday to Oshai, Abaji, and Lamont Murray. And I think that's it, y'all. I do have a new Kensington variety, or not a Kensington variety, a new one, but Kensington variety VIP club episode up on YouTube for 425 years ago during the pandemic. So if you want to watch that, that's in the videos on this channel. And I think that's it, y'all. Let's just get out of here. Thanks for watching the Rap Freak channel today. I'll be back tomorrow for a Monday moment. And I hope everybody has a great Easter. And yeah, if you partake, happy 420 also to you. Yeah. Trevor saying you hand out all your Easter bunnies. Well, I'm hoping the bunnies will come by, but I don't think I'll see bunnies today. I haven't seen any bunnies lately, so it is what it is. But I'm seeing the squirrels and the birds. The birds are starting to show back up. Migratory birds are arriving. That's what we want to see. But yeah, there's the bunnies are. I saw the bunnies a lot for a while during the winter. They were coming out and hanging out all the time. Cool Cat saying, talk to everyone tomorrow. Great weather. Yeah, great weather, coach. And y'all have a good one. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Tempo. Let's go Team Canada. Let's go. Go vote. That's the other thing I'll say. The polls, once again, guys, are open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Oh, I didn't do straight goods and Canadian goods. Well, that's all right. Yeah, this is Sunday. It's day off. Why not? Tokes for you. All right. Happy Easter, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go, Raptors.